Hey, it's Melissa. Welcome to my $100,000 stock experiment, 2023, week 16. The Melissa method is my attempt to implement the CAN-SLIM trading methodology developed by William O'Neill. I'm trading in my own retirement account and I don't have any tax implications. It's my video diary, sharing my stock journey. Help me celebrate my successes and learn from my mistakes, but this is not an endorsement to purchase any stocks that I bought or to buy stocks in general. According to the IBD at investors.com, the market is in a confirmed uptrend, and the Steve Sweats window of opportunity is open. But we're continuing to see more new lows than new highs on the NASDAQ. The S&P 500 has had sideways action. It was down 0.1% for the week, so basically flat. But the daily price swings are getting tighter, and the bars on the right-hand side of the chart are not as long as they were on the left-hand side of the chart. The NASDAQ Composite Index is also moving sideways. It was down 0.4% for the week, and its 8-day simple moving average, that diagonal pink line, is moving sideways. It's basically flattened out. Last week I was traveling, and while I updated my floors and I prepared all my charts, I did not make a recording. So here's a summary of what happened the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I sold my B2 and my B3 in Apple. And this week I sold my B1 and my B2 in ANET. I did take a profit in ANET and a loss in Apple. Here's the chart for Arista Networks, stock symbol ANET. I sold both my B1 and my B2 positions on April 19th. My B1, I had a gain of 13% in just under 7 weeks. And my B2, I had a 10.7% gain in 6 weeks and 3 days. I had gains as high as 20 and 21% week of March 25th and April 1st. But I wasn't able to capture that gain. But I still got away with almost a 2% weekly gain, which is a nice gain. I also made some purchases. 2 weeks ago, I made a B2 and a B3 in FTNT and a B3 in Stryker Corporation. And then this week, I bought a position in CROX and SWAV Medical. So my current holdings are Apple, CBAY, CROX, FTNT, NVDA, SWAV Medical, and Stryker. FTNT Inc. stock symbol FTNT. FTNT was down 1.9% for the week. It hasn't been doing much of anything, and I'm considering selling. I did put a tight floor at 66.25 for all 3 of my buys, so if it drops another 50 cents from where it's at, then it will sell. I have 3 buys in FTNT. My B1 I've held for 3 weeks and a day, and I'm up 1.3%. My B2 I've held for a week and 4 days and I'm down 1.1%. And my B3 I've held a week and a day and I'm down 3.3%. Apple Inc. stock symbol AAPL. 2 weeks ago I sold my B2 and my B3 in Apple. My B2 I held 14 days and I lost 0.7%. And my B3 I held for 3 days and I lost 3%. Apple was down 0.1% this week, and it's been stuck between the S&P 500 and NASDAQ gains for another week, just like it was last week. I still have my B1. I've held that for 4 weeks and 4 days, and I'm at 4.6%. NVDA, stock symbol NVDA. NVIDIA was up 1.4% for the week, and it's pretty much going sideways. It's forming a 3-week tight pattern, which means it's had tight price action for the last 3 weeks. I did raise my floor up to the 31-day exponential moving average, that diagonal blue line. I have 3 buys in NVIDIA. I made them all on the same day, so I've held them for 5 weeks and 2 days. My B1, I have an 11.5% gain. My B2, I have an 8.8% gain. And my B3, I have a 6.3% gain. CROX Inc. stock symbol CROX. I made a purchase in CROX on Wednesday, so I've held it the 3 days and I'm up 1.4%. I did leave my floor right around a 4% loss. I have the floor set at 138.75, and I do have open orders for a B2 and a B3. Stryker Corp. stock symbol SYK. Stryker was up 4% for the week, and it's had this nice steady gain. At the end of this week, on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, volume picked up, and the stock started to get some distance away from its 8-day simple moving average, that pink diagonal line. It had been following that pretty closely, but now it's quite a bit extended from that. I have 3 buys in Stryker. I've held my B1 for 4 weeks and 4 days, and it's up 9.5%. My B2 I've held for 3 weeks and a day, and it's up almost 7%. And my B3 I've held for a week and 4 days, and it's up 4.4%. CBAY Therapeutics, stock symbol CBAY. Finally, the price pierced the $10 mark. CBAY was on a run this week, up 16% for the week. I have just the 1 buy in CBAY. I've held it 4 weeks and 3 days, and I'm up 15.3%. Shockwave Medical Inc., stock symbol SWAV. Shockwave is another stock that took off this week. I bought it early on Friday morning, and it took off. It was up over 10%, and I've held it just the 1 day. It went up so quickly that it blew right past my B2 and my B3 orders, which I then canceled because I didn't want it to fall and trigger those. So right now I just have the B1 with no open orders. I used the 1-day, 1-minute chart to set my floor. I thought 272.75 was a good point where the stock price had gone up past that. It fell back down to that point early on in the day, but never got back down to that point. So I think this is a pretty good floor, and it gives me a nice gain should it trigger. The weekly percentage change shows the percentage change for each week I've held the stock, or a portion of a week if it's a new purchase. Then I sort those with the lowest ones on the top. So my big loser this week is FTNT with a negative 1.9%. I want to be beating the S&P 500 and NASDAQ each week. Apple beat NASDAQ, but not the S&P 500. All of those were down. The first stock I have that beat the S&P 500 and NASDAQ for the week is NVDA, which I've held for a while, and then CROX, which I've only held for a couple days, but it was up 1.4% since I purchased. And like I said, the big winner this week was CBAY Therapeutics, up 16.1%. My current holding bar chart shows 1 bar for each week or portion of the week I've held the stock. The yellow line at 9,200 is my maximum 8% floor. The dash black line at 10,000 is my initial B1 purchase, which this chart's just showing my B1. And then the 12,500 dashed green line is my profit target. So I'm trying to get up there in the 8 weeks. If I start on the left-hand side, I can see Apple's just been going sideways for 4 weeks. It was the first week it went up a little, and then I have 4 weeks that are right around the same price. CBAY in the pink took off, and it's up quite a bit, where last week I had a loss in it. CROX in the orange is up a tiny bit. FTNT is jumping around, up and down, up and down. NVDA is going sort of sideways, a little bit down. Shockwave Medical, just that 1 day, looks good. And then Stryker in the yellow on the right-hand side. You can see that it's steadily increasing each week, which is awesome. Industry breakdown shows that I'm most heavily invested in medical stocks. I put that number that shows I have 3 buys in Stryker, but just 1 buy in CBAY and Shockwave. And then if you look at the orange box, the CROX, I put its number 1 in green because I have 1 buy in that, but I do have open orders. So I don't have open orders for any of the other stocks where I just have 1 buy. We're on week 16 of 2023, and the S&P 500 is up 7.7% year to date. It did go down 0.1% this week. NASDAQ is up 15.3% year to date, down 0.4% this week. And the Melissa method is finally beating both of them slightly. I'm up 15.6% year to date. I went up 2.5% for the week, which is awesome. I had those 2 winners that pulled me up. And I'm 92% invested. I have 106,388 invested in stocks. The Melissa method is in orange here, and I overtook the NASDAQ this week, which is in that aqua color. My $100,000 for the Melissa method has grown to 115,558, and the S&P 500 is down at 107,656. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for my next episode, or better yet, subscribe to my channel, The Melissa Method. Don't forget to hit the bell if you want an alert when I post a new episode.